Okay. Okay, I have it paused.
What's that?
So I got it up. We're technically
Okay.
live, but I hit pause.
Clock it is.
Only 27 more minutes to wait.
30, quarter after.
Yeah, that is true.
Is that camera always on? That new one right here
You
by
know,
your wall?
I'm not
Sometimes I
positive.
come in, the
And the
light's
light's
on,
on.
and sometimes it isn't, so I didn't
Oh,
know.
it was motion activated.
Mm, That doesn't always work either.
I don't know, because I've only come in here one time after dark and the light came on. I was like, oh, I didn't know that would happen. So I will ask,
No,
what's
I
his
was
name?
this
Oh,
one.
no, I'm curious because
Care less, but I was this one.
I feel like it's got to be on because it's supposed to monitor. It's supposed to monitor who has access to the inside and the outside. So I would think it's always on because that's
I
what it's
just know
designed to
sometimes the
do.
light's on.
Right. I would say that was the only time I've only been in here once after dark since we've had that. I came in the front door and surprise. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm in the spotlight there. So okay. It's always on because that's
I
what it's
just know
designed to
sometimes
do.
the light's on.
Right. And so it is working. People can listen to us
I
right now.
walk in front of the light didn't come on, but you know, maybe there's enough light already. I don't.
This will look like a long meeting because it's running and I don't see a
Well, I gotta
button.
leave at least by 8 because I got deposition in the morning.
Yeah.
I
No,
told Sharon
no,
that.
oh, no. I meant when
Oh.
people log on because it started 27 minutes early. I can't find a stop thing, so people can get on right now.
Oh, sure.
But it's working. So I will leave that there.
What's that?
I heard from them, that is the house.
Is it? Oh, I don't remember living there. Hey there.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
Good. Good to see you.
How was the first year?
Busy.
I bet.
Extreme highs and lows, you know. Not really much in between. It
And you
seemed like
can't please everybody.
Yeah, I know.
I try, but
I know.
$70.
Wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for that darn wind. So
I know. You're just looking on Facebook, we had a, well, it's still going on, I think we got a big house fire just, I saw that.
yeah, Bergeron Road there.
Yeah, I went, yikes.
Did you see that 100-car pileup?
Yes.
Where was that?
Was that?
It's,
Down south, wasn't
Southwestern,
Yeah,
96.
96.
So it was Michigan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
We are officially being recorded. I could not find the stop button to save my life.
Okay.
Since we
Good.
got it going and it's live streaming, that's fine.
Don't stop it.
Exactly.
yeah.
Cool. Hey Tommy, how you doing?
Good. Good. Holy chitlin is it chilly.
Yeah, keep throwing wood in.
That wind. That wind. Wow. Out there on Bergeron Road, we took some hot chocolate out to that fire.
Oh.
That's a bad deal there.
Was that Joel Dyson's?
Yeah.
I thought it looked like it.
The house, there's not much of chimneys in it.
No, I bet. That wind,
Yeah,
it really fed the fire.
yeah.
Some, policy. Well, I had spread some.
That cool.
Um.
Great.
How you doing?
Is ready? Yeah, are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay, I guess.
Told you.
What's that?
Told you.
I, like I said, I think they're lying to me, right?
Some of them are, they all, they got, expensive and all, so I mean, I saw, they all put it to someone else, might see it. Flip, yeah, here, yeah. Some Southwest picture. So, you know. 196.
Yeah.
Maybe I wanna be this top house or live here. That's gonna take a long time. So we know it. You know, we go over, our kids live in West Allen, so a few minutes from Holland. East of there. Right. Yeah, I'm thinking. Just. Right. A lot of times we take 57 to. Let's take 131 off. Maybe. For incidents, yeah, always. I mean. Yeah. It was now.
The most I've been involved with was we had a 7-car crash one time on 81. So not, ice storm and whiteout conditions, kind of like we're going today.
Yeah.
What, 100 cars?
Oh. Yeah, and a lot of them are semis.
Cause you can only have. I'm trying to remember, I think you can only have 8 or 9 vehicles on one traffic crash before you have to pull a separate number. So although it's all related, there's gonna be a whole bunch of different complaint numbers associated.
Oh, boy.
And it doesn't matter. You're calling tow trucks from wherever. You're still got-
Yeah.
Honestly, if your car's off the road and not damaged, you might as well just walk to the front and get a ride out of there, and come back in a couple days.
Yeah, you see in this picture, they're everywhere, I don't see anything.
Cars up underneath you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, they don't slow down, the speed limit's 70, 75. That's how fast I can drive, no matter what. Yeah. You see that speed limit from right? The what, speed limit from what? Yeah. On 75. It says 70 or whatever you can handle. That's that. I'm the only one on the road, I'm from that, everybody else. Well, going up north even, there's places where it's 75 now. Yeah, well, people drive 80, 82, or more. You guys said, past you. Then you wonder, well, social. So there's a stretch over there where you go 75. It's not the cool on 72, 73. Just go turtle thing, Yeah.
doesn't matter what they set the speed limit at, there's some of those old little fast,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's. I was like, I know there's been a lot of talk over the years about over maintenance.
Oh, how are you doing?
And.
Ground got farther away.
And then, this studies that shows that everything's going back. Raise it 5.
Okay, so yeah, that was it, but thank you for calling. Thanks. Okay.
That's 30, that's 25.
I told you late.
So you back 40, and 50.
Actually.
Well, if you guys are, yeah,
You should probably just talk about changing.
yeah, you know, that's like. That's a lot. Yeah. They're right. Yeah. That's fast, like they're at. Yeah, we buy that car dealer, yeah, right. That was, well, I also ever want to beat each other.
Are we recording correctly? It's working, it didn't stop, so I'm just letting it roll. Yeah, I didn't stop, my you were. I'm scared, I can't find it, and it's just like, I don't let it go, so. Right now. I got it up and going, it's what, I think I'm stopped, large to be. So. It's officially.
It's hard, it's.
It has been for. And it's all the game.
No.
It's that's your little daughter, so you start turning once earlier. I forgot to give that to it. It's hard enough, like, if you pull the. It's only grape jelly or grape jelly or candy, but the sugar. So that is it.
You do, well, it's pretty.
Like, I probably put my I put in the last one. There's also in my. Look at sugar. There's no. Sugar. And then some. Okay, Laura. Yes. What's they want? Your turn. Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Tammy. Yeah. It is cold one.
So,
Hey, it's in there. In there. I'm so sorry, Jackie, thanks.
water.
I do, let me go for it here. I say I took my extra one and put it back. You want those back for the top? Oh, yeah. Thanks. Direction. It's very slow. So we paused it for a bit earlier, so I don't know if that's going to.
Here, I'm sure.
How's it? It should stop moving because the screen it was still recording. So this watching my phone, I was like, oh, okay. Actually, let me double check actually.
Lost it somewhere.
I don't know where it is.
You heard about the fire? Yeah, we took them hot chocolate. It's good. So there was fire in every window when we got there. They posted on Facebook when they're driving by, it was all everywhere. I understand that really is not appropriate. That would have been my house and my kids saw it from 3 hours away. Yeah, or you saw it. And you were right. I mean, that's just
So Tammy,
that irritates me. Yes, ridiculous.
the big thing. I started the meeting like 25 minutes ago and there was no stop button, so it's still moving. I figured it's better to start early than start late. So.
We can't see you in.
Better to start early.
That's probably when I was gone. It'll get me.
Oh, okay.
It's on that lag.
15 minutes sitting here with all of us gathered around, especially in the
Yeah.
third, no, nothing. Everybody wants to call them under the gutters. Yeah.
This one right here.
And Robert was kind enough to shovel back there. Adam went to drop me off and I was like, I'm wearing shoes. And so he drove me around to the front. I was like, I don't see a snow shovel. Like, then you will do that. So he was able to get that. So it was kind of up there. I have 4 warm dresses that I just have to shading. Yeah. Because it's so. I have a friend that wears only dresses and he said, honestly, dresses with leggings underneath is warmer than jeans. And I was like, for sure. I did that which day. I leggings under jeans. Like I don't have a lot of hands. Ready for this total street.
Yeah,
I think we've got what we need to still.
Yeah. And they put it. Wow.
Part of that says.
again,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, think about that. Oh, man.
Yeah, so it's just that okay. Right.
I'm gonna find 2 more that when we choose to. Now we thought it's in what the but the short class that you I ended up. So back.
got something in my eye. Yeah, it's gonna look like I'm crying.
No, I told you.
My eyes have been watering a lot lately. I think the extra smoke from the burning, I gotta load the furnace and, oh, it gets in my face. You're still not. That's all they need of me.
That's a color. That was all.
That email into your question. Yeah. It helped me too, so thanks to those.
We also want to get the public comment. Cheryl, can you move the camera around so that it gets people that are speaking and the land? Well, you don't need me. This is the best part of me.
That water sitting there, Miranda, I had no complaints.
Unless they give me a taller chair.
Quite a.
Yeah, I know. So I thought better.
Can't see it.
Oh, they're right on the chairs.
Sure. We still can't see it.
It's gonna take several minutes. That's it.
That, my apologies. Forget about it.
It's way slower to.
Yeah. That was, there's a leg time. If I could stop it and start it, I'd work, but I couldn't find the stop and I'm scared to.
No, if it's working, you know.
Right.
let's just keep looking over there and improving. To try to
Saved you seat. Just like church, there's always room in the front. Hi.
Hey, Emery. Rob,
I'm sorry.
Robert, Rob, Bob, you know how that goes.
So this is where Seth was at. I-196.
Just down there grabbing the.
Oh, was he wasn't driving? No, it's just a video of over 100 cars. I heard, I didn't see it on the news, but I heard I was in the kitchen and heard it. Yeah. What a mess. Let's see. What a shame. You know, those old days were a stick. By the way, when just to the way. Yeah, but that's been around since before I was. Because the Sullys lived there when I was young. And somehow Andrea and I were at a birthday party there for Elizabeth Lincoln or something. So they must have lived there way back when I was like 5 years old. So
Were you still?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the end part. That's the only biggest.
I didn't see any. You don't need it. That's up. Yeah. Oh, the ones that are not. Yeah, these look like.
You try that out for the new day.
I will, yeah. Yeah.
I. Sure. Hey, Paul.
Well, up. So yeah, like I said, a couple in the leg. But it is the one.
Yeah, good guitar.
Mr. Bush, you did a great job of estimating where the needed to be.
It's a good thing too, man. It's been 5 minute delay or 10 minutes delay. He's done this.
Right on the leg. At least I'm not falling off the back.
Okay, I call this meeting to order. Laura, you do roll call, please.
Jarzell,
Here,
Hynek,
here.
Cameron, here, Cook,
There.
Loomis.
Here. Okay, we'll do pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please silence all cell phones. I need to be out here at 8 o'clock. I got deposition and Carol for the township tomorrow morning, so. Okay, approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
There's been a motion to approve the agenda as presented, been seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Minutes of the last meeting. December 15th.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from December 15th.
Support.
There's been a motion to accept the minutes for December 15th, and it's been seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Treasurer's report. I'll make a motion, we pay the bills.
Support.
There's been a motion to pay the bills, been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, we need a roll call, please.
Jarzell,
Yes.
Einrich,
Yes.
Bowman, yes, Hook.
Yes.
Loomis.
Yes. Motion passed. Public comment. Bill, I'll let you go first because you probably got another meeting to make.
Okay. Bill Luke, County Commissioner. Just want to give the board, you guys some updates. In 26 here, we're gonna get an urgent care. Here down the street here. We've got, the Spire coming in. I'm working with, Andy Daniels, which he is the CEO of the Spire, and we got hooked up with, Bill Woolwine on the 22 acres down the street here. The first stage will be an urgent care. Second stage will be an emergency room hooked onto that. And hopefully an ambulance setting. That's my intentions. But we got a 20-year lease contract signed, so they're gonna be here for a little while. So I'm really excited about that. That's what the South Happiness County needed, is some kind of medical around here. There'll be a couple doctors down there that'll keep regular hours, and then the emergency care. Anybody got any questions on that? The second thing I got is, I don't know if you've probably been reading the newspaper, the county commissioner's been arguing with the road department. We wanted to put some lights on the stop signs around the 6 different intersections that we've had problems with. I want one at Irish and Bertrand Road. I want them at M15 Bertrand Road. I want rumble strips up there. But there's 6 different intersections through the county that we're gonna start with. The road commission's kind of fighting this, but the last meeting, the county commissioners said, hey, we're the top of the chart. We're responsible for these people, for their safety in the county. So we ordered them. We're gonna give the road commission the chance to put them up. If they don't put them up, we're gonna hire somebody to put them up. So it's gonna get done. So them are county roads. The county commissioners can do what we want with those roads. We feel that they're not safe. They've been having accidents there. We've been having accidents out there at Bertrand Road and M15 for years. Roberts filled out the paperwork before and they turned him down. So I don't know what it's gonna hurt, but if it saves one life, it's $22,000 to have 6 intersections done. If it saves one life, what's one life worth? So we're gonna get that done, and I'll give you a follow-up, but the stuff is ordered, and we will get that stuff done in the county. So while the Putnams got hit, there's been 11 accidents since where they've got killed at in that same intersection. So I think the sheriff is here, he can contest to all that. So that's all I have. If anybody's got any questions for me.
I just want to thank you for taking care of that, Bill.
Well, you tried, Robert.
Yeah,
You know, and I don't know what the problem is. They won't even come to our meetings. We've asked them to come and talk to us, and they won't even come and talk to us. I don't know what the problem is, but it's our responsibility to make the road safe around here. So that between us and the sheriff. So I know Sheriff Robinson wants to speak too. So
okay, and thanks for taking care of the urgent care.
well, hey, I've been working on that ever since I got elected, and so we're gonna
Thank
see what
you.
we can do.
Thank you. Anybody? Okay. Sheriff.
Ryan Robinson, Tuscola County Sheriff. Figured I'd take the time since I'm here, just to give you a quick update on the office. Lieutenant Hull, after 33 years, he's retiring. His last day will be February 13th. So Detective Sergeant Herman is gonna fill that role. He's getting the promotion. He'll be lieutenant. Which means we have to get one of our sergeants to transfer over to the detective bureau, and then we have to get one of the deputies to promote up to the sergeant level. So there's gonna be a lot of movement here coming in the next month. Correction staff, we're fully staffed for the first time and I don't know how long. I can't remember the last time we've been full staff. We actually have a waiting list for corrections, so that's good. That cuts down on some overtime. On the road patrol side of things, we have a young lady right now in training. She just got done with the academy. And then we have 3 people going to the next, well, this academy now that they're in. So if they successfully complete that academy and get through the training, the road patrol will be fully staffed for the first time in I don't remember how long.
Oh,
So we're working really hard to try to fill those spots and get the coverages that we need. So,
good. Okay,
anyone have any questions about anything? Like the commissioner said, those intersections have been a hot button topic. I don't know if you guys watch the commissioners meetings or not. The sheriff's office has taken part in some traffic enforcement things with MSP. MSP's brought in additional cars. I've gone out work the road before to write some tickets on some of these things for speeders and intersection related things. And I'll continue to do that as much as we can. What we're finding is it's the distracted driving that's causing most of this. And it's not the young kids like you'd think. They're pretty good with technology. They can Bluetooth everything in. It's people that's my age that's actually causing most of these because I think what it is they're trying to keep it below the dash line now. So now they have no peripheral vision. So crashes are through the roof, worse than I've ever seen. Fatalities last year were horrific. So we're gonna try to keep moving forward and get a handle on that as well. So
okay, well, thank you. Yeah. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Understanding that if another person signs in and they want to give their minutes to me, that I can take more than 3 minutes. Is that correct?
No,
No, not correct.
but could you state your name, please?
Yes. My name is Sonia Schwarzenegger, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. I would like to speak about the address of 4296 Murphy Lake Road, which seems to be operating as a facility for the mentally ill. Thank you to Supervisor Loomis for informing me in late December that this facility would be looked into. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you for your time and progress so far. I would also like to thank all law enforcement that responded to incidences in the previous 5 months. And I am extremely thankful that 2 neighbors directly involved in the incident on December 20th were not physically harmed, although probably emotionally impacted. It is my understanding that an order to cease and desist operation was given to this facility. Can you please share the status of that order? If the facility is still operating, would you please consider informing the public? I would suggest a 4-mile radius because in one case report dispatched as runaway was found over 2 miles away. It would be helpful if a facility existence notification letter included the facility's name, the number of residents, the type and severity of mental illness served, and a tally of runaways. I believe this is important because 3 of the 5 case reports were runaways. The other two described one particular resident as delusional and aggressive. If you read the reports, it would be easy to justify an informative, detailed, no sugarcoat description. I believe awareness is a good first step to our public safety.
Regarding runaways, I was very discouraged after looking through state licensing documents to find no requirement for a facility to secure the property line or a perimeter within the property line. I found no consequences to a facility for absence of a resident. I did find that these types of facilities are generally required to meet all local laws. Would you please consider writing new township ordinances specifically for facilities serving mentally ill to ensure public safety?
Will you make a copy of your letter so I can follow up with a lot of your questions?
Yes. I'm guessing that's when it's up.
Tammy, would you like to answer that at this time, or you want?
I don't think it's appropriate to.
Okay,
I do have one question I know they can't share time, but if she has more to read, could someone else finish reading her letter? If they have.
yeah, they can read
minutes?
the letter.
So,
She just can't share no time.
right. Did you finish reading the one page that you have right there?
Yes, I thought.
May I take that so I can make a copy? And then is anyone else willing to read the rest of the letter so that can get shared?
Or we have the second public comment. No, they can't, right now, they can only speak at one.
Do the one. Here, I'll fetch. What do you?
As of right now, they can only speak at one.
Read the letter. Yes.
Or did you leave off?
Let me start there.
Have you determined if there are other similar facilities in Millington Township? I would like to submit my remaining questions in written form and copies of the case reports. Please consider scheduling a separate meeting, for example, 2 weeks from now, to respond to the questions and share your updates. Or at the very least, could you allocate a block of time in next month's agenda? Your concern for our public safety is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it to our attention, because I had no idea and we would never would have known.
May I make these copies
No,
after?
no, you can have that list, 5 case reports and my additional questions are in that envelope.
Do you need this back? No, okay, then I'll just put this and keep moving on then.
Is there any other public comment?
I'd like to continue that.
Go ahead.
My wife Sonia Swartz drew around Ken Weber. Fellow board, thank you. I kind of want to go through the same thing. People probably don't know that December 20th, we did have an issue at Marcia's house and at Bob's house. I don't know, Bob's here, yeah, Bob's here. So that was the first time we heard about it. We actually seen a state trooper coming up our driveway, looking in the woods for somebody who escaped that we didn't know about. Bob contacted us at 10 p.m. It was 9:30 when police was at our place. 10 p.m. he called, said that there was a runaway and there was a halfway house. It was like all the stuff we had no clue about. So like you guys found out about too. So we found out about the house down the way. We found out it actually is owned by some LLC, Capco Holdings, from Chicago, Illinois. So I don't know if you guys know that. I'm guessing you do. They bought a private property, 10 acres, nice 3-bedroom home, turned into a facility for these. What we found out are sex offenders. There's 2 sex offenders there that we know of. One, we've had 5 issues with them. 2 times he was violent with the people at the facility. They declined to prosecute. We don't know why, but I'm guessing that's the way they do their things. One thing I guess I kind of wanted to bring up to the board is I found just by going through plat books that there's 300 acres of LLCs been purchased by I call Blue Cities. Got 300 acres by RLB Holdings LLC in Greenwich, Connecticut. For some reason owns 300 acres in our township. The 10 acres of Catgrow Holdings. So that's 310 just since 2022. So I did see there's others here. So I don't know how you guys can find out as a place like that buys a place. You have no clue what's going on there. I have no clue what's going on there. So is there any way to get whoever does the deeds saying, hey, here's an RLC just bought a new private property over here, 10 acres. What are they going to do with it? Maybe have the building inspector go by it every so often and just see if they can find somebody there. Because what we're finding is Catgrow just buys the property. Then they lease it out to another facility called Beacon Specialized Living LLC from Kalamazoo, Michigan. another liberal place. They specialize in Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. Kept grows in 41 states. This is a very bad place for, I think, all of us to have these facilities buying up our private property and turning them into mental health facilities that then we have to deal with in our communities with people escaping. I come up with a proposal for the ordinance to actually change to putting some restrictions on these facilities, renaming them because the overall license is very vague. It's an adult foster. While they have an extreme, they call them mentally ill, serious mental illness and serious emotional disturbances can be in these facilities. So I think there should be a lot more restrictions, and we're the only ones that can do anything locally.
Can I have a copy of that, or
Sure.
do you need staff?
You
or
can have the
just
whole
you?
thing.
Okay.
There's many things in there. I'm worried about
Okay.
tax problems and elections.
Thank you. Anybody else? Ed?
Before I start, I want to handle. Copy of what I'm going to present. Everyone get a copy there? Let me get to it. So, I don't know.
Share.
Apologize. I don't know.
That's okay.
Okay, Ed Maschke, 7951 Houston Drive. I do feel that the MTA training in Frankenmuth last week was very beneficial. I do hope that the board uses the information to improve actions and directions taken in the future. I sympathize with both of you, Daryl and Laura, because your first year on the board has been met with a lot of conflict from both the community and the board itself. I'm sure at times it felt like you were picking sides instead of an opinion. It is unfortunate that this board could be setting a precedence that members of the planning commission board are not reappointed simply because their opinions on certain subjects vary from others on the township board. To my knowledge, the township board has not reappointed a PC member that was renominated by the supervisor for at least 10 years, and probably more if I had taken more time to research it. It is also noteworthy that no reasons were given why these members were not reappointed. This would have allowed candidates to give feedback and share their viewpoint. These two planning commission members are longtime, if not lifetime, residents of Millington. It is a shame how they are being bullied out of office. Almost as if documents from one perspective reverses all the good things that these two people have done for this township and community. For the training that we had, it was stressed that each board member needs to evaluate the information, ask for more details if needed, and make an objective decision, not an emotional decision. We also learned that any board member can ask or make a motion to have the issue tabled to a future meeting to allow time needed to get a better understanding of the issue. The instructor emphasized that getting all the information, such data, is critical. Even during a workshop, they demonstrated how better decisions were made with input from a larger group. However, it seems that several board members are more interested in restricting input and fact-finding. It was evident during last month's meeting where Peggy Maschke was not allowed to speak to a new business item. It was removed from the agenda and added to the zoning administrator's report, which forced her to respond to zoning administrator's accusations that she gave false information during public comment. A motion was also made to remove the old business at Maschke item. Thankfully, this motion failed, but it was very concerning that the motion was even made. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Ed. Anybody else? Go ahead, Peggy.
Heidi Mashke, 7951 Houston Drive. Although it doesn't appear we're doing names for public comment anymore, but just want to let you know I'm deeply saddened and frustrated with the actions that were taken during last month's meeting. As I was not given the opportunity to fully share my facts and not share my facts to show and maybe come to an understanding as to what happened during that visit. As it stands in the community, it looks like I just gave false information and made false statements. And I really do believe that everyone should have the opportunity to defend themselves with the statements made against them, not just a select few. But sometimes I guess there are different rules for different people. Psychology and marketing studies indicate that if a lie is told 5 to 6 times, a person's brain believes that it's the truth. And sometimes this happens sooner. And I really believe this tactic has been used by a group of people to further their agenda and discredit members of the Planning Commission. And this board has allowed it. Tell a lie 5 to 6 times and it becomes the truth. Ed Mashke was accused of having conflict of interest in 2023. The township lawyers indicated that there was no merit, but that was not the answer the certain group of people wanted to hear. So here we are again in 2026, and the group of people are still speaking that there's a conflict of interest. Tell a lie 5 to 6 times and it becomes truth. And the board allowed it. Allowing the group to be on the agenda to discredit him once again. Tell a lie 5 to 6 times and it becomes the truth. What is even more disheartening is that this board actually voted to add the conflict of interest charge against him in the charges against the Planning Commission document. Tell a lie 5 to 6 times and it becomes the truth. But a lie told many times does not change the truth. Instead, lies hurt people. They've hurt people of the Planning Commission, Planning Board. They've hurt my husband. They've hurt me. I don't even feel welcome someplace in my community. I hope that the new members of the Planning Board are treated with more respect than has been shown to Ed and some of the other members of the Planning Commission. Because when you tell a lie 5 to 6 times, it becomes the truth for some people. Thank you.
Thanks, Peggy. Anybody else? No?
I'll just give you this here. Just add it to verse 3,000. Thank you.
No more public comment? Okay, new business.
Do we need to read these letters? Oh, there's 2 letters that were submitted.
Oh. I didn't know about that.
They're in your packet. You want to read them?
Go ahead.
This is from Tina Jolly. I don't know her address. Hello, I spoke with Jackie regarding this issue and gave her permission to add to this letter per our conversation anything that I may have missed. Our neighbor brought to our attention that there is a residential home on Murphy Lake Road that is operating as a mental health care facility. From the research that Sonia has done, there have been at least 5 incidents from residents that are residing at the residence. Those incidents have included aggressive behavior. From our understanding, this house is not legally operating under a business license, nor has been converted from residential to commercial use. The aggressive behavior brings concerns to the residents that reside in this area, which includes handicapped, elderly, and children. Our safety should take precedence in this matter. Our request is to stop the operation that is occurring there and be investigated until this has been resolved, and then and that the state, federal, and township safety regulations have been put in place. We are aware that they can't be locked in the home, but there must be some type of security that will keep the residents in the area safe. Additionally, residents within a certain mileage range should be informed of the outcome of this investigation and if and when this home is operating other than a residential home. Thank you for listening and pray that this will not be brushed under the rug, not covered up. We should feel safe in our neighborhood and at this point, we do not. Tim and Tina Jolly.
I'll read the second one.
Okay.
Roger Camilo, please file this new sign complaint against specifically Todd and Linda Newton. However, I have attached one of the earlier complaints we had submitted with everyone's names on it on a road for the sign placement violation. We had submitted complaints again after the issue with Linda Newton's sign was brought up, and we were told by the zoning administrator the file was closed. I have attached a sketch of Todd and Linda Newton's property as contrary to what Tammy told the board. They own quite a bit of frontage to the south of where they have big signs. She has roped off the private road, which isn't legal since it belongs to everyone who has a cottage on Orchard Lane and pays taxes. Yet she feels since it's in front of her cottage and only the Dunton property, she can rope it off. However, there is a home on the east side who also needs to use that road. But in any case, she has plenty of room to put the signs there. In keeping with the current sign ordinance, the road, even though it doesn't reflect 66 feet, should be 66 feet. Therefore, the signage should be placed 10 feet from the 33 feet from the current road center. In other words, 43 feet from the center of the road per ordinance. Please file this complaint and read our email at the upcoming board meeting on the 19th. This issue was not officially voted on. This issue was not officially voted on at the meeting. Tammy brought this up. There was no discussion, no public input, etc. We were there and this happened right in front of us past the public comments time. Tammy simply brought up that the Newtons had no room for their sign. The board did a nod, no official vote in agreement, and Tammy Denver must have let all others in the opposition know because the very next week, every single sign that had been removed came out again. P.S. I have also attached the Dunton property as they own the island. Therefore, the private road that Linda Newton has blocked off that goes to that island again is for the use of everyone who owns property Orchard Lane. It does not belong to the Duntons or the Newtons. Plenty of space for her signage along that road. The Duntons property line starts at the other end of the tunnel, put in to cross the water. South side. Thank you, Mark and Sherry.
Okay, is there any more letters need to be read or need to be read? Okay, new business. 2026 Township Board regular meeting schedule.
Have to be voted on when it's time.
Everybody happy with that?
I did notice that April 20th is also the MTA conference. Maybe when it gets closer, we look at changing that if too many of us are going to that.
I do plan on going, and I did sign up for extra training, which the conference it starts on that Tuesday, but there's extra training on Monday that I was hoping to go to, so I would not be here for that one.
I probably won't be here for November.
So do we want to change the
Whatever.
April 20th, or we want to wait till we get closer?
Wait, do we get closer maybe?
Yeah, just
See what everybody's schedule
make a
is?
note of it and change it when we know better what's going on.
It's in November.
Okay, the poverty income guidelines for 2026 resolution 0126. I don't think there's a whole lot we do with this other than okay it.
This is provided by the state, correct?
Right. State, yeah, state provides it and then we.
Just have to implement it.
Right. Okay, the next thing is Headstone cleaning discussion.
Oh, you forgot.
Whoops,
Question.
I'm sorry, Squash Janky and Company 2026 contract.
I don't think we had them
CPAs.
as our auditors.
Very long time.
Ever since I remember.
Yeah. same.
When was the last time we checked and saw like a comparison? And cost?
We have not done that, so,
I do this automatically.
I mean, if that is a request of the board, we could do that.
How long do we have with, when,
When does it take effect?
right,
March 31st.
okay, would we be able to just, I mean. Even just make a couple informal questions, just to see if we're still on the same track as, you know,
We could table it and I could reach out to a couple other assessors if you'd like,
okay.
because I would talk to the other treasurers to see who they use or clerk, yeah,
And also, I mean, how they. like
what their
to-
costs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I mean. Yes, I want to save money, but at the same time, it's,
Right.
you know, you don't want to rock the boat too much, so.
Okay,
If,
I can-
if these guys have always done a great job too, that clearly should weigh in their favor.
they have done a good, well,
Yeah, I always have.
so. Okay, I can do that before the next
Okay.
meeting.
Number 4, headstone cleaning discussion.
That's me. I realized I didn't even put the gentleman things that I talked to, the Mastermind Creations Headstone Cleaning. And actually, I'm gonna table this myself, but I wanted to give you guys the information to start thinking about it. Every time I had time to go to the cemetery, I wanted to do a walkthrough to kind of get an idea of how many headstones actually need to be cleaned. In the front 2 sections, I know there are quite a few of them, but I have no idea what the number is. So before we can vote on this, I want to have more of a solid number for you, but these were the numbers that were thrown around. The cleaning solution that we need to use, especially on the older stones, it's called D2 solution. And it's extremely expensive, just because the nature of the stones are already extremely, they're softer materials. They're not made out of granite. Lots of them are like a sandstone type thing. So, the cleaning solution is $2,500 for a 50-gallon barrel. He said in order.
do you even wanna clean them?
We do, because you can't read lots of them now. They're so covered in like algae and lichen and other things like that. We need to clean them. As I mentioned in here, I'm trying to look to the future. We have more people doing genealogy searches and are trying to find a loved one's grave or just even an ancestor of theirs. They're trying to locate these graves, and it is very hard to do that. And it'd be easier all around if everyone could read them. So I'm trying to kind of get us on a path where we can keep the cemetery, keep it up and have it not fall into further disrepair in some areas. But these were just the rough numbers. If we can get a group of people to come help clean them, he's willing to train us and provide the solution. He would get that at his cost. He said there'd be no upcharge for that. He would provide the soft bristle brushes, and we'll also need like the backpack water sprayers. But I said lots of the, yeah, so anyways, we need all of those materials to get the job done. And so that was just something I wanted you guys to think about, talk to people, see if you knew anyone that was interested, because if I can get volunteers, that would, you know, cut down the cost. And once I get an idea of how many headstones, then I'll have a better outlook on how much everything will be.
Is there any grant money possibly?
That was the other thing. Thank you. I was looking into the American Daughters of the Revolution. And yes, there are some possibility for grants. That was another reason I wanted to table it. But there's also a couple other places I wanted to check into, but I just found out about those last week. So I haven't had a lot of time to look into those, but that was another reason I wanted to table it. I was hoping to be able to get some grant money to help offset, you know, what we spent.
That'd be great.
I'm not saying this is a bad idea,
Mhm.
but how about if we damage these while we're cleaning them?
Well, most of the ones that I'm talking about cleaning are the ones like they're from the 1800s.
Well, that's, yeah.
And chances of, I mean, yes, there might be a relative that is still around. But the chances of damaging them with this approved solution, and he also does have insurance on his company, and he does make monuments. That's his mastermind creation. He's not headstone cleaning. He actually creates, he does headstones for cemeteries.
Okay.
So number one, he's insured. Number two, he could replace it. But number three, we're using the approved materials and cleaning supplies to do it. So,
Okay, I know someone been down there a long time and that'd be my concern.
right.
Okay, anything else? Park board budget. We gave everybody park board budgets this for this coming year. What you'll see is, we gave 18,000 last year total. I included that. And also the village of Millington increased theirs $3,000 to $9,000. We're looking to put in some pickleball courts and some other improvements. And, so this is the budget we came up with. If there's any questions,
Do you know how much you spent last year?
how much we spent last year?
Right, like, because I don't know if we had to
We
add some.
spent, yeah, we spent everything. We came back and got 4,000. I think we got 3,500 left on hand.
Okay.
According to what Sharon Bean. But we've also got some expenses coming up for this year before this budget comes into play.
Right, I just
So-
wanted to make sure that, because last year I knew you had to ask for more. so
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah,
to
we,
Try to compare.
because last year we gave 14,000, and we came back and got another 4,000 to cover our insurance and stuff. And so. And like I said, the village did go and they got an extra 3,000 out of the village, so I just wanted to make that.
Okay.
Board of review appointment, board of review, I had Doyle Pletcher ask me if he could be appointed to the board of review. I said, well, I could mention it and it'd be up to the board. I just want to remind everybody that we got 2 members coming off at the end of the year, so we do need more people. 2026 MTA Capital Conference in March. 7.
I went to this last year and it was very informational. I
I'm putting that going.
would like to go again, but I have some scheduling issues I gotta work out first before
I've been to,
commit.
I've been to some in the past as well, and they have a lot of good information.
Let you know what to look forward to coming down the pike for the year.
Mhm.
So this is the Capital Conference
Yes.
Yeah. in Lansing,
Mhm.
and this is a 1 day.
Correct.
Just one day. March 17th.
That'd be some questions.
So we gotta know by February 3rd for the early bird,
Mhm.
March 3rd for the record. Any more questions on that? Recommendations to update township sign regulations.
I come before the board today to make a formal recommendation to the board regarding the updates that are necessary to the township zoning ordinance. The most urgent issue that we face today is the update to section 14.06 of the township sign regulation. Our township council advised us in December of 2024 that the current sign ordinance contains content-based provisions that should be revised to ensure constitutional compliance. To date, the planning commission has not yet acted on that recommendation. I am recommending that the board authorize Wade Trim to complete the sign ordinance updated work as outlined in their proposal that is before you. As part of this same agreement, Wade Trim would also consolidate all of our standalone ordinances and our recently adopted ordinance amendments in one single updated zoning ordinance document. This will include incorporating the standalone ordinance 1802 into section 5.03 of our zoning ordinance. This is important for consistency and clarity and can be efficiently completed as part of this process, making the ordinance much easier to administer, interpret, and enforce going forward. I'm requesting the board's authorization to proceed with Wade Trim for a total cost not to exceed $2,550. Any questions?
Well, I just like to point out the second, Jackie, our office administrator was off today because the office was closed. So I know you had sent that other email.
Yep, there's
Time.
two
So there
parts
was-
to that proposal, and I know that the second one was missing from your board packet, so I did email that to you.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone can get
It was 2,000, what was that a number?
$2,550.
And that,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Sharon.
so fine, okay.
And that would include the sign ordinance revision. That includes incorporating all of the standalone ordinances that still remain. And that would include incorporating all of the recently amended ordinances into one final ordinance document.
I would love to have one complete document. So I think that the extra little bit to do that is definitely worthwhile. I think it'd be great to have the clear definitions that are laid out in that sign ordinance. The things you noted that we need. You have some good points there, and Wade Trim has done good work for us before.
So just to be clear, the notes in there come from the township attorney. Those were my recommendations. Those were his recommendations.
Correct.
But Wade
Okay.
Tripp said that they could incorporate those into a final draft. Any other questions?
The planning commission can't do this?
So it's been discussed amongst the planning commission members, and it doesn't seem that it would be in our best interest to try and draft that ourselves. In fact, I took a stab at it myself, and in consultation with our township attorney said that that really needs to be done by someone who has more experience in the planning and zoning and specific to the constitutional provisions of that section. So for this particular ordinance, it was not advised that we take that honors
By our attorney.
by our attorney. That was part of the packet that I sent you, was that conversation in the future.
And if it's done right, constitutionally right, it will save time and money in the long run.
Well, we won't end up in litigation over whether or not.
Yeah. That being the case, yeah, that kind of time and money.
Any other questions? On the update township sign regulations?
Would you like me to continue with my report?
Yes, I would.
So I want to start with a brief update on zoning activity in 2025. Over the course of the year, the township issued a total of 65 zoning permits, which is a significant increase from the 45 zoning permits issued in 2024. So far in 2026, we have only received one zoning permit inquiry, and that involved the application of ordinance amendment 2504. If you recall, in December, the board adopted ordinance amendment 2504, updating section 14.14C related to the moving of buildings. That amendment modernized inspection requirements and clarified the use of financial assurance when safety
Thank you.
issues are identified. It became effective January 7th, 2026. After the amendment took effect, it was applied to a proposed residential structure move. A township approved inspection was completed on January 14th, and based on the inspection, a zoning determination letter was issued outlining required safety corrections or alternatively the use of financial assurance. The next steps are administrative. The applicant must submit a zoning permit application and either correct the identified safety issues or provide the required financial assurance before the structure can be moved or placed within the township. I felt it was important because this was such a significant change for you to understand how that's been utilized moving forward. I also want to touch briefly on complaints and enforcement activity. In 2025, the township received 16 zoning complaints, which is a significant decrease from the 39 complaints that were received in 2024. Currently, there are 5 complainants originating in 2024 that remain open, pending specific corrective action by the property owners. In addition, 6 of the 2025 complaints remain open for the same reason. Some of these open matters may require me to take the next steps under the township's municipal civil infraction policy if compliance is not achieved in a timely manner. However, consistent with the board's direction, every effort continues to be made to work with property owners and achieve voluntary compliance before moving to formal enforcement. Any questions? I know.
Thank you. Old business, review policy drafts.
Laura and I have worked together trying to make the changes, taken our attorney's advice, MTA's advice, So on the public comments. Is the first one. And basically, if we want, when we do the agenda policy, we have to be able to know if we want to reflect the public comment. And I know in discussion, it was discussed in December meeting, whether to keep the policy of people to be allowed to speak at only one of the public comments during a meeting or change it to being allowed to speak at both public comments. If the desire is to allow people to speak at both public comments, the policy needs to be changed first, and then the next policy we are discussing, the agenda policy, will reflect the policy guidelines in that policy. It is written as speaking at both, but this can be adjusted. So whatever the decision is on the board, if you want them to speak once, keep it as is, or speak twice, that will be what we need to discuss at this point.
And you're changing number 4. On
On the public policy for public comment, it would be number 2. On the agenda policy,
On the second page.
number 2.
Millington policy for public comment.
I think right here is that the application and adoption too. I think that's it. Directions.
Do you have that one or not? Okay.
What's the number 4 in bold in here for?
That's just stating that it's 3 minutes per speaker per public comment.
So that's not what we have already.
No, our public comment right now is one time, 3 minutes. There's 2 public comments, but they're only allowed to speak once during public comment. And I have it on there because I know that was discussed and that hadn't been decided on.
Honestly, once Robert explained the reason for having 2 public comments, I think it's good that we have the 2 public comments and that we allow them to speak at both. I mean, if one person has something to say beforehand, but if they have something different to say at the second public comment, I do feel that it's good to allow them to speak at both of them.
We did have some members of the public ask specifically for that too.
I'm all right. Say speak at both.
Okay. The next policy, Laura, you want to take that one?
I'll take that one. It's the agenda policy. When revising the agenda policy, we considered the advice from our attorneys and NTA that the township meetings are to conduct township business. This policy reflects their advice and outlines how business will be placed on the agenda. In other words, MTA expressed the purpose of our meetings is to act on township business specifically. And our attorney advised and agreed that the purpose of the meeting is to conduct township business. And the board has no obligation to place anything or anyone else on the agenda just because they requested to be on the agenda. So we will correct the policy if approved.
Was everyone able to review that in depth to see the differences?
Yes.
No, this is the first time I've seen it.
It was emailed on Friday.
Yeah, I wasn't here Friday before today.
Do you want us to read it? To you? Or to the public, I guess.
Sure. What were the specific changes that we'll need?
So,
just so we can point those out for Robert.
So the public comment and public participation in number 3. Members of the public shall have the opportunity to address the board during the designated public comment portion of the meeting, subject to the following. Each speaker is limited to 3-minute public comments. Each speaker may speak at both public comments. Time is not transferred or shared. Comments must be directed to the township business. Presentation of concerns raised by members of the public shall be presented during public comment. Public comment is intended to allow citizens to express views or raise concerns. It is not intended for extended dialogue or debate. And then consideration of public concerns. A determination of action. If, in the judgment of the township, a concern raised by public comment involves township business that may require township action, the township may request that the concern be submitted in writing. Written documentation. B. Written documentation must be submitted to the township by 12 noon on the Wednesday prior to the meeting at which the township may consider the matter. Documentation should include sufficient background information to allow for an informal review. Agenda placement. Submission of written documentation does not guarantee placement on the agenda. If the township determines action or discussion is warranted, the matter may be placed on the future agenda as a township agenda item, not as a resident presentation. And number D, participating during discussion. When a concern is discussed as an agenda item, the township may, at its discretion, ask clarification questions of the individual who submitted the concern. Such participation is limited to clarification only. The individual is not placed on the agenda and does not control the presentation or the discussion. And then we also have informal presentations, that would be like, we do allow non-action presentation from time to time. The township may permit informational presentations by outside individuals or organizations. Examples, local schools, governmental agencies such as the DNR or candidates for office. And then approval for time limits. Such presentations must be approved by the township in advance and are subject to a time limit not to exceed 10 minutes unless otherwise authorized by the township. And number C, no obligation. The township is not obligated to grant agenda time for informational presentations, and approval shall be based on relevance to township business and available meeting time.
Thank you for reading that.
Any questions?
I think number 4 is well done to help everybody understand how that would work. I think it's well written. Makes it clear.
So are we good to move on to the next one, the policy for agenda items involving specific properties?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This one, basically, the policy focuses on notifying property owners when specific properties are on the agenda and to clarify what constitute. I was trying to say constituents and it was not fitting. A required notification. This policy does not endorse or validate the practice of notifying individuals selectively about agenda items. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of ensuring that all information regarding township proceedings is made accessible to the general public in accordance with Michigan law. So just to clarify, the purpose of this policy is to ensure transparency and fairness in township proceedings. And it's when a specific identifiable property is scheduled for discussion at an official township meeting. Questions on that one?
Probably number 2, if you want to look at the individual property owner notification where it does not apply, maybe.
I will read that out loud. This policy applies only to agenda items in which a specific parcel or parcels of property are the direct subject of discussion or action by the township board, planning commission, zoning board of appeals, or other designated township body. This policy does not apply to general township business, policy discussions, budget matters, ordinance development, or issues of public interest not tied to a specific property.
Good, and go on to the next one.
Okay, this one is, we have not discussed yet, so if you need more time, it's a reason for confidentiality policy. So it's a Millington Township policy for confidentiality of township information. And the township is proposing the implementation of this policy to ensure that internal communications, legal matters, and pending issues are handled in an orderly and legally sound manner. Many township matters, particularly those involving legal counsel, complaints, or pre-decisional discussions, require confidentiality, so the board can fully review the information, deliberate collectively, and make informed decisions in the best interest of the township. By establishing clear confidentiality expectation helps protect attorney-client privilege, preserves the integrity of the board's decision-making process, and ensures the information is shared with the public only when it is accurate, complete, and authorized. This policy is intended to provide clarity and guidance for all township officials and to support transparency at the appropriate time while safeguarding sensitive information until proper review and discussion have occurred. So this policy, I don't know if you want it read because hasn't been implemented or.
Do you want to table till next meeting so we can?
Well, we gave all the information in Friday's packet, so most people have reviewed it. And it's quite clear. And this was sent, all of these were sent to our attorney for their approval and recommendations, and everything has been followed according to the attorneys. I mean, if you need it read, we could do that.
Okay,
So did you want it read?
nope, I don't need it read unless somebody
Okay.
else does.
Okay,
I read it myself.
okay.
I think that's all the drafts.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
More?
There was 4.
Oh, there was.
Yeah, that
I
was the
gonna
last
say,
one.
Okay.
That was
I
it.
thought that was it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, planning commission appointments. I looked at somebody to take Matt and Doyle's place. I was really looking for a farmer with agricultural background. Must have asked a dozen people and they all told me no.
We got some applications in, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see none that said farmer, and this is the first time I've seen them.
Well, there's other things that can make them be a good candidate.
Well, I know, but we always try to broaden it out.
What are the, cause I know usually we want someone, I believe, in like the Lake District.
Mhm.
What are the, cause I know we want to visual stuff like, who's on there, do you have a list that you could tell me like what?
I've got 2 candidates, somebody with a farm background, I thought he was gonna be here tonight. With Tim Kyneth. And I got somebody from the educational, which is Roger Beers. I know Roger's here, if you'd like to ask me questions.
Do you have any experience at all with planning commission on zoning ordinances?
No,
Okay.
I have a lot of experience with study,
Okay,
in the education field. I did grow up on a farm, so.
Do you have much knowledge of the township issues as far, or their ordinances or anything like that? Or have
Only
you
from what I've heard in public.
attended any meetings of the planning commission or many of the township
Just
meetings?
guys that I've worked with and what I've heard from the public in general. different from different people.
Okay.
I know you said you didn't attend any. Did you watch any of the recent meetings, like within the last year?
I was here at one of your or not the last meeting, but probably 6 months ago,
Okay.
maybe a year ago.
The planning with one of the family
Yeah.
commission ones, okay.
No, I don't think it was a planning commission, it was the general.
What was this meeting?
Like, that's-
Well, we always talk about getting new blood, and I thought this is our chance to get new blood.
But experience is good too, and you were talking about experience of the other ones that weren't reappointed. We have some people here that have attended meetings for years. And that are very knowledgeable of our ordinances and issues that are going on. And they might be a real good choice as well.
Well, I'd have to look them over, but at this time, I nominate Roger Beers and Tim
Can
Payne.
you do one or not? We can't nominate them now, but when you do it, could you do them one at a time, please?
Okay, I nominate Roger Beers for the planning commission.
Wouldn't that be done later?
Yeah,
in,
Action items.
that's what I'll do.
Okay,
Mr. Gears, we did get a couple different people that sent the resumes over just for like, I guess ease to be able to compare. Would you be able to get us, just a short resume? We're not looking for something expensive, but just so we can see a little bit of background and
What kind of background are you looking for?
personally,
You
I,
want a resume of my experience and the work experience through the years?
work experience is good. That kind of gives us an idea of what you've done. I know educational. So, and that's why I was trying to ask, Mr. Loomis, just like, if you want someone from the Lake District, I want to try to figure out like what specific areas we're looking, to fill.
Well, I was thinking educational and let's say, educational.
Okay,
That's what I was looking at.
so educational farm background, someone
Yes.
from the Lake District.
Well, we've already got somebody from the Lake.
I'm retired from the education. I currently work as an electrician.
Okay,
And what skills you think you have that would be good on the planning commission and the way they do their business with the ordinances and making new policies and enforcement.
All I can say is just that the people that I know in this community, that I would try to be fair as they could, they don't have an axe to grind. And I would try to go by the rule and be fair.
do you have knowledge of the procedures or the policies of how to implement any policies or ordinances or have any?
Have your policies?
Well, I just wondered any experiences like when you in the educational system, did you set up policies for people in the educational system or underneath?
How many you wanna know?
Okay, that's good to know.
but honestly, I was gonna say if I could get just a resume, just so I can kind of look things over,
Okay.
that'd be appreciated. Thank you.
What does Tim kind of have as far as a background?
Well, he's an electrician and he had come from the farm background. And I guess that's really what I was looking for is a farm background, and that's a close I get. A lot of people said they'd be glad to help out, but not under their current situation. I really asked a lot of good people, but they didn't want to get involved at this time.
We have a couple of really good resumes
Well,
in
yeah.
front of us with a lot of experience and knowledge.
I think everybody that either turned in a resume or that you have talked to that said yes should all be considered before making nominations. We should review
Well,
all of them.
I can do that next month.
Well, you have these,
You want to
No,
wait?
I didn't have these. The
Yes.
first time I'd seen them.
but
They were sent out Friday.
we get all of our information
And
prior to the
You know
meeting.
the meeting businesses,
Look,
information comes out
well, I'm
Friday.
sorry.
Okay,
And we're gonna wait another month.
well, you don't know.
Right, let's just try to move on.
Okay, update the FOIA procedures and guidelines.
That is me, and actually, all you have to do, and she said the adult page in her, online, when you get on and you look at our FOIA forms, I was going over the procedures, making sure we were, following everything's up to date. The very, very bottom of page 5, it said the contracted labor cost will be, and it said charged at the hourly rate of $48.90, or 6 times the state minimum hourly wage. so it is 6 times the state minimum hourly wage, but the hourly wage keeps changing, and it's just gonna be easiest if we can just remove charged at the hourly rate of $48.90. If we can just keep it, contract labor cost will be 6 times the state minimum hourly wage. Then we don't have to worry about updating it. It is what the state minimum wage is. So I just wanted to.
So basically you just want to eliminate that charge at
That's
our
all.
rate.
Yep, that way it
Okay.
doesn't tell you how much it is. It's just, it states that it's 6 times the state minimum hourly wage.
Okay. Any questions on that? 2026 MTA Annual Conference in April.
Believe we tabled it because we didn't know the exact costs. And now we have the exact cost in front of us. And normally we do the cost of the conference, room and board, and meals up to a certain amount per day.
Does what's in your agenda packet include that training on the Monday before?
Yes, food conference sessions Monday, April 20th.
Perfect.
So we would have to make sure that that is included, I guess, in the motion, the
Right.
free training.
So we'll have to know by March 23rd for the early bird.
Right.
I think they said like the hotels, they open up registration. I think they said it was January 29th, and it's usually full within 15 minutes.
Yeah. We never get in there.
Okay, fair enough. I'd be happy to.
We always get a different one.
Yeah, and I was looking at this and I don't know if this is something new, but conference on demand where you can look at it. Have they had it in the past?
Yep.
Okay, I must have missed it, but
But it is.
to me, I think that
section.
would, for me, that's the best option, but
And since we are paying to send, well, I mean, I said I'm going, I think we can get a much reduced rate for that too.
me reduced from $50.
No, because it will,
Oh,
you can add it for only $50. So that is, the $50 is the much reduced rate.
okay, yep.
Yeah, because conference on demand only is 150.
Well, that way you can look at it anytime you want, up to a year, I believe it was, if I remember right. So that's only my opinion.
I think it's.
Anything else on the MTA conference in April? Second public comment. Is there anybody else for public comment? No? Okay, 2026 Township Board regular meeting schedule. Back up here.
Make a motion that we approve the scheduled board meetings as presented. Support.
There's been a motion to accept the Millington Township regular board meetings for 2026. And it's been seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yes, or we already discussed April.
April.
Do we want to go ahead and make that change now?
I think we'd be better out to get closer. That way we know what everybody's schedule is, but that's only my opinion.
Just wanted to make sure.
Sounds logical.
Okay.
Wait till we.
Because things have changed by April, at least for me anyways. Okay, there's been a motion been seconded. We didn't vote on it, did we?
No.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Poverty income and guidelines for 2026.
I'll make a motion that we accept the poverty income guidelines for 2026 as presented.
Support.
Been a motion to accept the poverty guidelines for 2026. Been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Did we want to table this one here for Quince Janke, the CPA, basically?
I make a motion that we table the contract quote for Quest Janke and look into a couple other quotes, table till the next meeting. Support.
You've heard the motion been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Headstone cleaning.
I make a motion that we table voting on headstone cleaning until we've got more accurate numbers. And
Which,
checking them to-
if we table something, it's supposed to be on next month's agenda,
Mhm.
but we table it until.
I
You
really
get-
think that the weather will let up and I'll be able to walk to the
Okay.
cemetery between now and then.
Support.
You've heard the motion been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Park board budget. Everybody got a copy of the budget? Any questions on that?
I move we accept the park board and approve the park board budget as written.
Support? There's been a motion to accept the proposed budget for the Arthur Latham Park. And second, is there any discussion? Now, we need a roll call, please.
Okay, Jarzell,
Yes.
Tanya,
Yes.
Cameron, yes, Cook,
Yes.
and Lou.
Yes. Board of review appointment. I nominate Doyle Fletcher for the board of review appointment.
Support.
There's been a motion to accept Doyle Fletcher for the board of review appointment. Been seconded. Is there any discussion?
Is he gonna take anybody's place or is he going to be
Well,
like an alternate?
basically what we're gonna do is we had Brittany from last time and we got Doyle. And my plans are to include those because our March is the busiest board of review.
Okay.
And Larry and Nyla is gonna be gone at the end of the year. So what I'd like to do is get those people in place for training.
Okay.
That way they can take over because all we've got is Carrie that's got any knowledge and that's what my goal is.
I
Okay.
believe the board's already approved TA training for the board of review, and I think that's coming up next month. right?
Yes,
Is that correct?
that's correct.
So if he would attend that,
That is the 4th of February. Well, if we okay him, offer it to him. Okay, you've heard the motion been supported. Is there any discussion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. 2026 MTA Capital Conference.
What are we doing on this one? Just okay and people to go?
Yeah,
Mhm.
proving.
Proving the money and the mileage.
I'll make the motion that we allow any board member that wants to go to it, to go to it.
Support.
are you extending it past the board member?
Board.
Sure.
Yes.
The zoning administrator, are you referring to?
Well, I would like to go to the Monday training, but usually you make those available to any commissioner fields members. Well, yeah.
I think the capital conference is only one day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's March
I'm
17th.
thinking
Okay, I would like,
my apology.
I'm not sure what date that is,
Yeah.
or day it is.
That's just one day. I apologize. Yeah.
17th.
So
That's two.
any board of township
Thank you.
Or
and
commission,
zoning administrator. Is that-
in commission.
Or commission.
Was there a second on that?
Support.
Okay.
You did? Okay.
Okay, you've heard the motion been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that's right. Roll call.
Cook,
Yes.
Cameron, yes, Tanya,
Yes.
Jarzell,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes. Someplace. Okay, update township sign regulation.
I move that given the township prior legal guidance that the lack of progress of the issues to date and the ongoing risks associated with enforcing potential unconstitutional sign regulations, the Millington Township Board authorized the engagement of Wade Trim to prepare content neutral sign ordinance amendment for review and evaluation considering the Planning Commission and Township Board. This authorization shall include incorporating of the adopted sign ordinance language and all previously adopted ordinance amendments into an updated zoning ordinance document in Word and PDF format at an estimated cost of up to 2,550.
Could I ask that you also incorporate all of our standalone ordinance?
To incorporate all of our standalone ordinances.
If we want everything in one place.
Support.
You've heard the motion has been supported. Is there any discussion? Not, Laura, need a roll call, please?
Cook,
Yes.
Cameron, yes. Heine,
Yes.
Jarzell,
Yes.
Loomis.
No. Motion passed. Okay, policy drafts.
I make a motion, we approve the 4 policy drafts as presented. The policy for public comment, the policy for agenda preparation and control, the policy for agenda items involved in specific properties, and the policy for confidentiality of township information.
I'll support it.
There's been a motion and it's been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed.
Can I request a roll call vote?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jarzell,
Yes.
Heine,
Yes.
Cameron, yes. Cook
Yes.
and Loomis.
Yes. Planning Commission appointments. I'd like to nominate Roger Beers for the Planning Commission.
I'm not saying no.
I'll support it.
Okay.
There's been a motion to accept Roger Beers as a Planning Commission appointment. And it's been supported. Is there any discussion?
Yes. I would like to be able to look over his resume just to be able to compare it. You know, to have some point of reference.
Okay.
That is my statement.
I think that's a good idea because we do have a few other very knowledgeable candidates to consider also. It'd be nice to compare them all.
Could you do that for us, Roger?
I would, but I have a question.
Okay.
And I've been asked by several different people to get involved just because of, I guess, in a good sense, and flattery that they've taken a fair person. And you said, you're talking about, could I write something down as far as a resume? And I don't have any problem doing that. But what specifically in your details are you looking for in planning commission? Or on planning commission?
Someone who's familiar with the zoning ordinances.
Pardon?
Someone who's familiar with the zoning ordinances and someone who has. I mean, even just building a house, if you've built a house in the past, to me, that tells me you've had to comply, so you have a little bit of knowledge of how that works.
You're an electrician, so.
That's in your paper, I would say. Personally, I can't speak for anyone else, but, and so, yeah, I mean, I would like to know, it said. I'm trying to remember where it was. We wanted a letter of interest and then a very short resume, nothing, huge and drawn out, just an idea to give me, because I don't know you at all. But, yeah, those are the things I'm looking for, someone who's familiar with. zoning
I'll be honest with you, had I not had several people come up to me, and it really doesn't matter who it was, to think about being on it. I've seen the infighting that's going on. I don't really care. I don't have any axe to grind. So one of the questions that I guess I asked, when you have a position that's available, do you inform anyone about it or what the qualifications are? On your website or?
It was put in the paper that we were seeking
Do you have
applicants.
it on a website at all?
I'm not sure about that. Usually our office administrator does a good job at keeping the website up to date, but I don't know if that was put on there.
Okay.
We have been talking about doing a Facebook page. We ran into a couple technical errors.
neither here nor there, but we are working on trying to get a Facebook page up and going. And I know it would be shared on there if we had it.
I think if a few of us shared it on social media through our private pages, we just don't have a township. entity.
And I'll be honest with you, I haven't been on Facebook in 3 years.
Yeah, I was just saying.
And my wife gets on and shows a picture of the dinner, why, I don't know, but so one of the things you wanna look at is developing a township webpage. That have maybe, just like a school board does, where they have all your policies, regulations and reviews and everything else that.
We are keeping up
that-
to date with that. Opening doesn't happen like, I wouldn't say regularly. I've only been here for a year, but I know planning commission, I believe it's like a 3-year appointment.
And I was just
Yeah,
saying
that's
that,
true.
not to criticize, more as to,
Well,
it could be beneficial and insightful for people in the community.
I will add it to my to-do list of
the
recommendations.
ordinances are on there.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there is a lot of information on there. Yes. Could it be better? Probably.
Well, I guess we could do the same for Tim Kine.
Well, there was a motion on the,
Okay,
on the.
there's been a motion, it's been seconded, is there any discussion? If not, let's do a roll call.
Okay. Cook,
Yes.
Cameron, I'm gonna say no at this time. Loomis,
Yes,
Keineth,
I'm gonna say no at this time as well, till we get more information.
and Jarzel.
No.
Okay.
motion denied. Okay, I nominate Tim Kine to the planning commission. Do we want to do the same thing?
Did you have him bring anything in as far as something we could look at or? For,
Well, I thought he was gonna be here tonight and answer questions.
okay,
That's normally what we do.
maybe we could ask him to do a short resume too, then we've
Yeah,
got all
We got all
applicants.
the information.
We do need to consider all the applicants that turn in the thing, so if we get it from them, then they're all in the level playing field.
Okay,
And
we'll do
I
that.
feel that would be the fairest way.
Your ad in the paper is for a letter of interest and resume, so to be consistent, you should ask for both.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't get the mail, so.
I'm good with that. A small number of interest and a short resume. Thank you very much.
So we'll table it until next month.
I make a motion, we table it till next month when we can get the other letters from the two other candidates.
Okay, I'll support that. There's been a motion, it's been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Those opposed, motion pass. FOIA procedures and guidelines.
The motion that is right.
George, I'll make a motion that we strike the line charged at an hourly rate of $48.90.
I'm gonna second that.
There's been a motion, been supported. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion passed. 2026 MTA Annual Conference. I don't know, do we have a final cost on this? I mean, cause you're talking hotels and stuff, or,
No, I was gonna say, I have no idea how much we posted. I know the last time I went was 2 years ago. And 4 or 5 of us. Or three of us shared a room and 2 others shared another room.
There were 5 of us that went. And there were 4 females that shared 2 rooms. And there was 1 male that had his own.
Actually, there was 5 females that went, because I ended up getting the sofa.
Oh, all right.
okay, just, do we wanna allow so much money? Or do we wanna come back next month with a cost or?
most, we have an estimated cost for rooms. Um. They're like around $125 a night.
That's what for
For-
1, 2, 3 nights, 2 nights.
You go up Tuesday and
Tuesday,
come
Wednesday and Thursday come home, so be 2 nights, correct?
to. If there is a there's something Thursday night.
Okay, do they normally go up Thursday
They go up usually,
or Monday?
yeah, we've done it both ways.
Okay,
So I make a motion that we allow any township board member, commission member, or ZBOA member and the zoning administrator to attend the MTA conference at the rate of, to pay for the registration, room and board up to $125 per night and meals up to $50 per day.
that'd be 175 and plus the 400. 175 a day for 3 days.
And $400 registration.
Mhm.
Yes.
So be $525, correct? Like,
And I plan on going the day before for only the pre-conference session because it's applicable to the extra training that I signed up for. And that's an additional 125 if I can get the early bird rate. But
so we're talking about $925, correct? Per person?
not for everyone, no.
No,
That's the thing. If I go early, I might not stay. Like if
Okay.
it depends on what's on Thursday. If it's just gonna be meet and greets, I'll come home on Wednesday.
So let's say if you go all 3 days, that would be the price.
Right.
Am I correct on that?
I believe so, but that should be,
So it'd be $925.
well, the 125 per night per meal, is that per person? Because I mean, if we've got 2 of us sharing a room, then that,
right, that's per night and we.
I'm just trying to get a cost so we can, okay.
I think you're doing good because you're doing the worst case scenario. And I'm looking for ways to, if 2 of us share a room, that
Not-
hopefully cuts things down.
Not to exceed $900
Okay.
per person.
I'm gonna go the cheaper, I'll go $50. Okay, do we wanna make a motion on that tonight, or what do we
did.
wanna do?
I did
Oh, Sharon did, $900?
up to $900 per person.
Okay, is there a second on that?
I'll support it.
There's been a motion and it's been supported, is there any further discussion? If not, Laura, we need a roll call, please.
Yes.
Cameron, yes. Tanya,
Yes.
Jarzell,
Yes.
Loomis.
Yes. Okay, supervisors report. Been bombarded with land splits and combinations. Working on, trying to gather planning commission members and board of review appointments. I guess that's about it. Being Christmas and stuff, seem like I've had 5 land splits and combinations so far this year that I've had to deal with. It's this early. Is there any other reports?
I had a question. Should we schedule a special meeting to give us time to follow up on the group home? Because I don't know, I wasn't sure if we wanted to schedule a special meeting.
Do we have any answers yet as far as, I know that letter was sent out.
The investigation is still pending,
Okay,
so I don't know what you would. There's not a lot to share just yet.
okay.
So basically all I've been done is the letter been sent out and you gotta give them 15 days, am I correct on that? To answer,
That is correct.
okay. So where we at on that far as days?
I
Ballpark,
don't know. I don't have.
Okay.
that with me.
I can contact the office administrator and find out. Am I correct in assuming she sent the letter out?
Yeah, I have all that. I just don't have it with me,
No, that's
so
fine.
I don't want to give you a date. It's
Right.
no, I just asked.
So we're in the process.
in process. I just don't have anything to share with you yet. Okay.
So we really don't have no answers as far until we get a letter back, correct?
Would be the starting point.
That's where we're at.
Okay. That was it. I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, I agree we need to tackle this, but we don't know yet on.
Yep.
We can schedule a special meeting anytime.
Okay.
We don't have to do it tonight, but
Okay.
when we get some answers and we want to, we can schedule.
Okay.
Anything else?
On the fire board, they're gonna be getting us the budget for you, for your budget.
Okay,
So that should be in the next few weeks, hopefully.
okay.
And they were out on a huge fire today. Lost a house. It's sad. But,
Can imagine with that wind,
they had, I think, 6 different fire departments there helping.
that's too bad.
Yeah. And 2 months ago, I had, someone inquire about the tax bill being sent out without a garbage schedule in it. And I just wanted to answer the question, that the county does not, they send it out for us. It's the best cost effective for us. And for them to do it, they don't allow for extra items. So the county bulk service is clearly the most effective option. We saved $618 compared to doing it individually with KCI. And the rate for if we would do it ourselves, it would go up to $2,434, where today this year's bill was 18. I think we got a better rate because we didn't because of the bulk rate, because we're going with other people, so it was $1,872.50. So that's the reason we go through the county, and we offer the schedule to whenever someone comes in and pays their taxes, and if someone calls, we send it to them or we email it to them, and it is on the website. So just to answer that question.
I've got a question, maybe this is a stupid question, but I was talking to Jackie one time or one day and I asked her, I said, we used to do this ourselves. And she made the comment, and maybe she was joking, I don't think she was, but she said, I would do it if you give me a letter folder. The folded letters.
We've never done it ourselves.
I thought Carrie done it back here.
We've never printed the bills ourselves.
No, I'm not talking about printing, but sending them out.
We used to stuff them and send them out, and we paid women to come in to help stuff. And even if we did that, it still would not be cost effective for us to do it ourselves. That would be the most expensive way to do it.
Then you don't qualify for bulk.
And you don't qualify for the bulk shipping, and because when we get bulk,
Okay.
we're getting multiple townships bulk. It's not just ours.
No, I'm just trying to throw out different options, and
Yeah.
I know that she made that comment, and I thought maybe that'd be
Well, and our they won't print them, and our equipment is not capable of printing that many. We tried to do a newsletter and print it ourselves, and had issues with both printers we used after that.
okay. No, I'm just trying to maybe put something together, but maybe it's not possible. Okay, as far as the park, we're looking at putting in 2 pickleball courts. We're still working on that, getting estimates together. We need to add some gravel to the drive, and so of course, right now it's shut down, so we're not really doing a whole lot, but that's our projects for next year. The rail trail.
We haven't had a
Probably
meeting.
nothing going
Yeah,
on
we haven't
there.
had a meeting. They've been busy. Earlier, before we had snow, they were busy keeping the limbs off the trail, but we'll meet next month and get started for the year.
Okay, we're gonna need a budget also.
Okay, I'll remind him.
I know they do it every year, but I just want to remind you,
No planning commission meetings.
no planning commission meeting. Nothing on the police board.
Sheriff Robinson shared
Okay, no, I didn't know if you had anything else, I'm just asking. So, I guess I'll make a motion to adjourn. Been a motion to adjourn, been supported, is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed.
Thank you for the use of that.
You're welcome. Okay, now how do we end?
My children.
They call you during the meeting?
See the boys. It's. I'm like the time. Everything, are you kidding me? I never.
Of course they have.
So.
Said
Yeah. It's. Thank you.
I can find the stop. Laura's just in the bathroom.
That is for sure.
I tried the only X I found. Oh, here, now we can. You know, we're exit OSB.
There's your end. Down there in the right.